Good evening. This is Bizworld. Permodalan Nasional Berhad PNB recorded its highest ever dividend payout of 15 billion ringgit since its establishment 41 years ago for the year ended 2018. According to its chairman, Tan Sri Zeti Akhtar Aziz, this achievement has been driven by stable consolidated net income and unit trust funds at 17 billion ringgit.
PNB sustained an encouraging financial performance with our assets under management increasing by 6.9% to a total of 298.5 billion ringgit, while net income was sustained at 17 billion ringgit. This increase in assets reflects the trust that our unit holders have in PNB.
She announced this at PNB's financial year 2018 results announcement earlier today. The asset manager also announced an income distribution of 6 sen per unit for Amanah Saham Bumiputra ASB2, 5.5 sen per unit for Amanah Saham Malaysia ASM, 4.10 sen income distribution for ASN Equity 3, 4.2 sen for ASN Imbang 2 and 5 sen for ASN Sara 1. PNB's total income distribution for the 5 funds stood at 236.1 million ringgit for 2018, benefiting more than 220,100 account holders. Meanwhile, PNB's Chief Executive Officer, Dato' Abdul Rahman Ahmad, said it has identified 6 global fund managers for its overseas investments. This move is one of PNB's key priorities this year to accelerate diversification into a wider range of asset classes to optimize risk-return profile and diversify geographically.
They don't invest all of the money up front. So we expect the actual some of the deployment will start happen at the end of the year, but it will take over 3.5 year period as the private equity firms actually make those investments. 6.6%.
The global diversification will be a gradual one, as PNB needs to study each emerging and mature markets before making any commitments. Among the countries that PNB is eyeing include developed nations such as the US, UK, Australia, European countries like France and Germany, and emerging economies. Sunway Malls recorded a total of 2.5 billion ringgit of cashless trade transactions last year and aims to increase by 35% this year. Chief Executive Officer of Sunway Malls and Theme Parks, H.C. Chan, said to achieve those highs, the group is engaging more with e-wallet providers to give better shopping experiences to customers.
I think the smaller items that is below 50 ringgit, people tend to use cash. For higher value items, which I think in mall, because in the mall, the average spend, depending on the mall, it can be 200-300 ringgit. Yeah, that's why I think the card usage, it probably is higher, maybe up to 30-35% for malls.
Earlier, a closed-door conference was held with e-wallet providers such as Fave, Boost, Touch & Go, e-wallet and Maybank QR Pay in support of the Sunway Mall's cashless revolution. To date, nearly 35% from 1,600 retailers across Sunway Malls offer e-wallet payment options to customers. Meanwhile, despite slow growth in the retail industry recorded in the 4th quarter last year, Sunway Mall is still resilient and recorded 15% growth for the past 3 months compared to the same period in the year before. The world's largest rubber glove manufacturer, Top Glove Corporation Berhad, is aiming for a double-digit increase in sales and profit from China in the financial year ending August 31st this year. Top Glove Executive Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai said demand for nitrile and rubber gloves in China had been good due to the growing standard of living, high purchasing power, and increased life expectancy.
The demand of this medical glove or this disposable glove is definitely increasing. Their usage still very low compared with the advanced country like Japan or US or Europe.
The group is allocating an additional capital expenditure of over 200 million ringgit to expand more factories for the second half of this year. And that wraps up Bizworld this time around. I'm Raymond Goh. Thank you for investing your time with us.